To the Players Only Halftime Report presented by American Express. I'm Chris Webber. We got Candace. She's a bad, bad lady on the court. We got Barron. He steals cars in L.A. Well, he used to a long time ago. That's how he won that race. I'm still salty about that, BD. You winning the race for All-Star. And we got the big Shaq. You know, he's big everything. Big Diesel, big, you know, all that stuff. But check it out. It's time for the American Express teammates. And guys, when you see what Siakam, Leonard, and Ibaka has done, basically we've just seen that domination. And when we look at these teammates, BD, I'm gonna start with you. You said that before the trade deadline, you want to see Toronto get Gasol. Well, they're 4-1 since acquiring him. He averages 10 points, shoots 49% from the field, averages 6 rebounds in just 20 minutes. Does he make these guys better?
Absolutely. When you got somebody like Marc Gasol, you have the most skilled big man on your team, and probably one of the more skilled players on your team as far as having vision, being able to find guys with the pass. I think having somebody like that, playing him in the high post, in the low post, allow Ibaka, and Kawhi to be able to roam a little bit and get more backdoor cuts.
And here's Siakam right now when we're talking about kind of him getting this game going, BD. And I know you like Gasol, but what is it about Siakam that you've been impressed with?
I think he's becoming a do-it-all player. As you saw the first one, driving with contact, having the shooter mentality now. Look at him finding himself in the corner, hands ready. And he worked on this all summer. I watched him work with Rico Hines, you know, and it's more so know your big picture, right? Here's a guy who can run the floor, stretch the defense, you know, handle the ball. He put in the work. I watched this kid put in the work this summer, being able to handle the ball and being able to shoot the three, and it's paying dividends now.
Yeah, and talking about putting in the work, and I kind of overstepped on that because I know, Candace, you like Gasol too. I mean, you're a big woman in the game, but you have guard skills, center skills. With Gasol, you see a little bit of that too, even though
fix your face, Shaq.
Even though he's 7 foot taller, a few inches taller than you, but you see similarities in the game, being able to play big and little.
Well, to BD's point, you know, he helps the starters, but also the struggle Toronto had before the break was that second unit. Second unit wasn't playing well. They were talking about moving Siakam to the second unit to get them to play well. Well, guess what? Now they have a guy that can anchor that second unit. If you don't double him, he's going to go over that right shoulder. One of the most skilled big men is going to pick you apart. On the top of the floor, you put him with the ball in his hands, and he's able to make the assist. Not many big men can put the ball on the floor, see the double come, and kick out to Powell for the three. I think that the biggest thing with Gasol is when things aren't going right, he's the type of player that you can just give the ball to and he can make things happen on the fly. And you look at Powell, you look at Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin has 6 points, Powell has 8 points, Patrick McCaw has 4. He's facilitating to these guys, drawing attention, and then kicking and giving them open looks.
Real quick, a big person you played with that had a game like that or that reminds you of all the things that you're talking about, you two?
Lauren Jackson, for me. Lauren Jackson with Seattle was the first big to come over and really be a big that played away from the basket but had guard-like skills.
I say Al Harrington.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
Even though Al Harrington, that's good, but he used to give me problems because he was
like a 4-4,
yeah, in attack.
Problem.
Yeah. Shout out to Al Harrington. What's wrong, Shaq? That wasn't barbecue chicken for you down there?
Y'all just passed me up like I wasn't the first big dog to bring it coast to coast.
No, I said who they play with. Who they play with.
Oh, you play with.
Yeah, we know you did. We know you did.
You kind of hate because your son got handles. Who better, your son handles or your handles?
His hand. What? No, mine.
You gonna dog your son too?
Me,
you can't even give him.
No, me.
Let him have that moment. Hey, Shaq. But we were in the back watching the game, and you made a few comments about what you liked from both teams and also what you didn't like. And when you look at Boston and we talk about that bad Boston specifically, what do you see?
We talked about chemistry, but let me talk about two things that breaks up chemistry. When you don't make that next pass, you see Marcus Smart right there in the corner, or you don't make the right play, that will definitely break your chemistry. Guys got him post, make the right pass, throw it, and as a guy that's trying to get the ball, you got to act like you want the ball. Right here, you know, swinging it lazy. The guy's down there in the post, he don't get it to him. Marcus Smart trying to do too much. And Kyrie, we know you can go against two people, but make the next pass. Because, like, you know, when you run down the court 4 or 5 times and you don't get it, you start to get in that mentality. And having that mentality in an important game like this, you mess around and be down by 20. So you got to make the right play, and you got to make the next pass.
Candace, this team is disappointing to me. I'll just say it. You know, I thought that coming into the season, they'd be an Eastern Conference final, that they'd be up there. Anything can still happen, but I thought they'd be 1 or 2. I also thought that how hard they played last year would be their calling card. When I see them on the court now, they don't play that hard. They kind of play cool, as if, you know, as if they're veterans, as if they can turn it on at any moment. Do you see any of that from this Boston team?
Well, I think it shows even more so tonight because of Toronto's defense. I mean, if you think about their length on the perimeter with a Siakam, with a Danny Green, with those players, with Kyle Lowry taking charges to be able to hide Marc Gasol. But to your point, I don't think that they play like they like each other. And when you're playing with people that you don't necessarily want to play with and have great chemistry, then you're not going to play well.
Yeah, and just watching the clips that Shaq brought up, you know, anytime you just holding the ball, every pass is being thrown over your head. Right? So it's not with no velocity, no intent. And when they talk about playing hard, just playing hard and playing crisp, it's just about making the right pass and the crisp pass. And those turnovers are a result of that.
Yeah, turnovers. Ugly play right now by Boston, but we'll be back with more in a minute from American Halftime. American Express.
Oh,
American Express is after American.